How many podcasts have we had to redo? I'm trying to think.
There's been a few.
Well, this might be
This
This might be another.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens without names, without numbers. I don't know.
I mean, that name sounds like it's something we're going to have to redo.
Names without numbers.
That is a dope name, though. I do like the name a lot.
Time to start the show. The Good Life with DT. It's Nicole. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What? A Good Life.
They've been around in Omaha for a hot minute.
A hot minute.
Decades.
How long? Is it 20?
Well, Dave and Ryan.
Yeah, Dave and Ryan.
So yeah, 20 years. We've been around over 20 years. Ish. Or so.
And now you're coming back for one night or back for good?
Oh, they're back.
Oh yeah, we've
They're
been
back.
playing. For a
We've
while.
been back since 2016.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So, which is weird because we've been back longer
Then we made
now than it was like in whatever our heyday or, in the early 2000s.
So you guys got to rock Ranch Bowl?
Oh yeah.
We always bring up Ranch Bowl. That's why I got to plug it.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always plug Ranch Bowl if we can, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
love the
how-
ranch. We love that place.
We played there dozens of times.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Tons of times.
I think I made a
actually-
concert ad for them back on my last radio station, like, and names without numbers, and then play a hook.
Probably.
yeah.
What was the big song back in the day?
Stars Between Stations.
Okay.
Yeah, which you can still find on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out there.
But yeah, I think we might have played one of or the last Ranch Bowl show. I want to say.
Oh,
The Ranch Bowl
man.
put out like a historical thing.
Yeah.
Like it was like a book, right? That they would like, and we're in that book. And I think it's because we played the last show there or one of the last shows, but we're in that book. So
I really got into Ranch Bowl, I think, towards the end days. So, like, it was, yeah, man, I think I was there towards the end. Because I moved here in 2000. What year did the Ranch Bowl close? 02?
05.
05? Was it really 05?
Yeah. So when you say like, oh, remember the Ranch Bowl, and younger people are like, what? You're old. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I know that Walmart
That's
on
a Walmart
72nd. Right.
Right.
Dude, I'm still telling you, we need to throw a freaking concert in that parking lot. Let's get a stage and let's just have all the bands just go out in the Walmart parking lot
Yeah.
and we'll play a
Okay,
Ranch
we
Bowl
got to
reunion
convince
show.
corporate Walmart to
Get
let
outta
that
here.
slide.
Get out of here, dude.
It's
That
just a
ain't gonna
pop up.
happen.
Like we'll do it at midnight. Midnight to 6 a.
That would be dope.
you think we should like
Yeah.
spill a bunch of soda on the ground and beer on the ground?
Yeah,
first
make it
too, so
sticky.
it's sticky,
Yeah. Get
so-
some sand
yeah.
on there too.
It's like
Sand.
just like
Some bowling pins.
the olden times.
Everybody's got like those. All the bands have to sell like the printout tickets with their initial on the back or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You remember that, dude?
I saw ICP play back out in the volleyball courts. He talked about sticky sand.
Oh,
That ICP show was wild.
that because they had what is
Fago.
it? Fago. That was their drink.
Cottonmouth
right?
Kings played too.
Is that when they were throwing the M&Ms or whatever?
I don't know about that one. I remember interviewing Cottonmouth Kings a bunch of times, and we
Yeah.
go out and kick it at Ranch Bowl, and that was never a dull moment. They always brought like a good crowd, and people were ready to throw down. It could have been like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
I think I'm the only person from
Nobody
Omaha that doesn't like Cottonmouth Kings.
cared. Really, they were a lot of fun.
I never got into them, dude.
I never really got into them.
Yeah,
I can understand the draw. but
I mean,
never
if you
really
just want to hear about smoking weed on every song, I guess it's fun. I
Bump,
don't know.
bump. That's the sound of the 50s or whatever they say.
Did you
Bumping in my
like
trunk.
them?
They're bumping in my trunk.
I think because like having my experience at the river, I just grew to love them.
Yeah,
and
makes
just the passion I saw that so many people had for them, and then when we would bring them to town, just people they
Yeah.
loved it. And there was one promotion where we did out at Wake and Skateboard Shop with real reindeer and the Cottonmouth Kings, and a couple of the guys in Cottonmouth Kings were like, we don't like the cold because we're from California, and we don't like to stand out here because I'm freezing my ass off.
This is how the Good Life podcast goes. We got names without numbers here, and somehow we're talking about reindeer with Cottonmouth Kings.
Well, I mean, we talked about the Ranch Bowl, and there's so much history
Never a dull
there.
moment.
And I mean, what a great thing to say though. Like Names Without Numbers playing the last show at the Ranch Bowl. I mean, that's
yeah.
iconic.
That is pretty freaking
You might not want to
iconic.
quote me on that, but
Yeah.
something like that. We
Those
played one
shows
of the
all
last
become
shows.
blurry to me back then. We did so many shows. I just can't sometimes keep them all straight.
And the coolest thing,
Yeah.
and like I said, we kind of touched base on this before we started recording, is kind of the connections you guys have made with people through this, and I mean, especially with your daughter named Amber Lynn. Like that story's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna tell it here so people can kind of hear it. But I mean, yeah, dude, I don't know. I haven't. We'll get into what you all done as well. But just with Dave, I know like I've with people we've talked about and what he's done and people he's met. I mean, we were at Iowa's for Lovers recently. We had all those people on the deck, and I opened Facebook, and there's Dave with freaking Emery, like, hey, I'm out here with the homies, and I'm just like, dude, what the hell, Dave?
This
Like,
guy
who-
knows everybody.
Yeah,
Not everybody. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, he's the networker.
Yeah.
kind of stay in the background. But
so
yeah,
kind of how does that
everybody knows
all? I mean, I guess people ask me the same thing because now we're getting connected to people, and it's just kind of like, oh, I don't know. I just keep walking up to people and like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, I don't know.
As far as us names without numbers being connected to people in bands, it was kind of twofold. One, we hit the scene at the right time. the emo explosion of the early 2000s. We were part of that Midwest, at least the Midwest scene of bands that were kind of slowly getting attention. But part of the other side of the coin is we were concert promoters. So we would book a lot of our favorite bands that were on tour, like Anne Boleyn, the Emerys, Jimmy Eat World. We opened up for them. That was our first show.
That was our first show.
As Names Without Numbers was us,
First show.
was us opening for Jimmy Eat
Were
World.
they big at that time?
It was before
Almost.
Clarity, right? It was like Static Prevails. If you know their album.
So this
It was
is like
early
before
on.
Sweetness and in the middle and all that.
Well,
jazz?
the Sweetness got leaked.
Yeah, it was right,
On
right at that
Napster.
time.
Oh, LimeWire, Napster days,
Napster.
dude.
So this was
Your favorite?
no, this was right before Bleed American. Like they were about to explode. Sweetness got leaked, and again, us being concert promoters, we booked them because they had an off day from a tour, and we booked them at the Sokol Underground, and
We were huge fans.
yeah, giant fans. So some of
Yeah.
it was that booking bands that we liked, booking bands that were blowing up, obviously playing with a lot of them.
Yeah, also like playing for 20 years, like you're gonna meet
Yeah.
basically everybody, right? Like we played so long, like everybody who starts playing. Like,
Well, what's your favorite band you opened for then? Let me ask you that.
Favorite band we've ever
Yeah.
opened for.
What's the favorite band you played with? Let's say that.
oh, I mean Jimmy World.
I mean,
it's hard-
Jimmy.
Is that it?
It's hard,
Yeah.
it's hard
Jimmy
to top
World.
that.
I would agree with
Maybe
you.
Hot Rod Circuit.
Oh yeah,
that was a
they
big
were
one for
fun.
me.
Yeah, they were
Dashboard
fun.
Confessional.
Dashboard.
You played with that? When did you play with Dashboard?
So he was a friend of ours because he dated one of our friends here in town for a little while.
he was just talking about this
Yeah.
at the show on Tuesday.
He does say
that was a
he-
real story.
That is
Yeah.
a real story. He dated
Yeah.
our friend.
Yeah, dude, he literally was on stage on Tuesday when I saw him talking about how he kissed some girl under a bridge from Omaha.
Yeah.
So did he hang out in Omaha then, or just kind of they just dated and FaceTimed?
He'd come to town off and on, and we had mutual friends and circles of friends, and we would see him from time to time.
Yeah.
And
Was
then
this during the
right
Vindicated era or before then?
I would
It was
hope.
before.
Yeah.
before.
We almost had Chris come on, and him and Taylor Acorn both supposed to come on before
Like,
this
this
last time they
was-
played,
yeah.
and they couldn't come on, so you want to come to the concert for free, and I was like, well, yeah, dude, I just want to meet Chris. Like,
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Chris since like probably like 2000, dude. Like way before Vindicated. That was before Vindicated. I like his acoustic stuff the best.
Yeah.
Maybe his song "Vindicated" was about the woman, your friend, that he was dating here in
Maybe.
Omaha.
He played the song on Tuesday that was about her. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Does have a song about her?
Yeah, he really does.
Oh,
He
I didn't know that.
Every
Yeah.
time he's in Omaha, he says that too. Like, this is a song about a girl.
Is
Like,
it Remember to
Omaha.
Breathe?
I don't remember.
I don't
what
remember.
song
I don't know.
He did the full band version of Remember to Breathe, by the way, and it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He's
though,
great.
which venue did you play with Dashboard at?
It might have
that-
been the Cog.
The Cog Factory.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about on Tuesday, and nobody knew what the Cog Factory was. I was like, "You don't remember the Cog Factory?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"No, what is that?" And I was like, "It was like the most punk venue in
Yeah,
the world,
it's
dude."
Like Omaha's
I had heard of it, but I never
You
been
never
to
went?
it. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that probably was his. That had to have been one of his first shows in Omaha ever.
It was wild. Well, we first met him through Further Seems Forever.
Yeah, he was the front man for them.
Chris was?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the lead singer for Further Seems Forever on their first record.
I did not know that.
And then he's like, I got this little side project called Dashboard Confessional, and I'll be on tour coming through. So hook me up with a show. And
Yeah.
so I did.
Booked him at the Cog.
And this was before, obviously he blew up and
It was
all
just
that
the
stuff.
acoustic record.
It was
That
just
the
him.
only thing he
Yeah.
had at that
Yeah.
point.
Okay, what street is the Cog on though?
It was on
I'm trying-
Leavenworth, wasn't it?
Leavenworth.
Yeah, it was real
20
close
It was
to
like
here.
right here.
24th and Leavenworth.
Like Disconnected used to play there all the time, dude.
24th
And the
Leavenworth.
Fonzies used to play there a lot.
I know everybody
Yeah.
used to play there, but
Yeah.
what is it now? Because nobody ever says that. Like,
Now?
you know how, like,
Oh, that's a great question.
Ranch Bowl is Walmart now. Nobody says the Cog Factory is.
It
a
felt like you
car
had to-
repair shop or
I think
something
it's like
now?
a
I don't
car,
know.
a body shop,
body
a
shop.
chop shop. Yeah.
The Cog Factory it was like, I don't know how to describe it as a venue. Like if you got into Ranch Bowl, it was cool. And like the Cog Factory was like, you had to have
where
like
the rebels
street
went.
cred, like
Yeah.
the punk, like
Yeah.
all right, dude, like you're one of those bands.
You gotta be a
It's
punk
the best
like.
way I can say it, dude.
Yeah, I remember we have so many stories because we've been around been around for so long, but playing on the stage. I'm trying to remember if you were in the band yet, but the water pipes busted.
Oh no, I don't
Oh
remember
no,
that.
dude.
No, let's
Not
just
the
say
water
it's
pipe.
that type of venue. It's where we were on stage, and the pipes running in the ceiling busted, and then everything flooded
While you were playing.
while we were playing. It's
And
crazy.
were you thinking, though, does the show go on, or am I going to have to refund everybody's money?
Well, this was
Did
just a
they
show
charge
that,
at the Cog Factory to get it? I don't remember.
no, this was just a show that we were playing. So my initial thought was save my gear because we had
Right.
decent gear, and I'm like, save my amp. I'm trying to unplug everything, but it was a wild venue, and we've definitely played there a handful of
Yeah, we were
times.
talking about the Ranch Bowl. How it was a sticky floor. The Cog always smelled like pee, like
Yeah.
someone's gym sock.
That's punk pee to you,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, bathrooms never worked.
Yeah, you
Oh, man.
So
you had
Half
you
the
had to
time the
have
door
the
was
you,
open.
you had to have the wits about you to go to the Cog, man.
Yeah, I'd probably get beat up there.
So if you thought the Ranch Bowl was dirty, you weren't going in the Cog Factory.
no,
Ranch Bowl with some things.
This is the first time on the podcast the Cog Factory's ever been brought up.
Right.
That's so freaking cool to me, man. Like nobody ever talks about it.
yeah, I loved it there. I mean, as soon as I was able to drive, and even before I was able to drive, I was going there. You know, watching like Connor Oberst when he was 14 years old.
There's some legit bands that came.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
played There.
It was Kenny Cheers, dude. That's all he was talking about on Tuesday was about Dashboard playing at the Cog Factory, and people were like, "Hey," because I don't know if you guys know Kenny Cheers. Everybody and their mom seems to know Kenny Cheers. If you saw him, you might know him, but. We were at Dashboard, everyone's running into, and he just told everyone the same story. Man, do you remember when he played at Cog? And everyone's like, "What's the Cog Factory?" And I'm like, "These people don't remember that, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's nuts, man." I mean, now my vote's changed for who the coolest person he's open for. Honestly, I mean, Dashboard's that's like one of my top artists ever. So
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
pretty
Dashboard, Jimmy Eat World. I mean, that's a good resume so far.
you throw Acceptance in there, and you got the trifecta.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't play with
not
Acceptance.
acceptance. Well, I mean,
We did Plain White Tees though.
That's
did
dope.
Plain
Yeah,
white
that's
tees.
How was that?
That's before they did the Hey
It's also-
Delilah song.
I love how
before
like
they
before the
blew up.
podcast, I'm like, we're not gonna dig into the past, dude. And here we go.
Oh yeah.
It's funny that like you've opened for these. That was before Bleed America, and that was before.
Yeah, exactly. There's a theme.
It's
here.
like there's something going on. Like
Right.
they feel like magic when they're around you, and then the next time they come around,
Yeah.
they've just exploded.
well,
yeah,
we
that was
don't-
the beauty of it, though, is like you build those relationships when they were playing for 20, 30, 40 people a night. And then a year and a half later,
they're huge.
like
Yeah.
we were still fostering that relationship, and now they're huge. And it's like, you know, it's just fun to see that and to see somebody succeed.
So since we're on the topic, we did play at the Ranch Bowl and opened for Nickelback as well.
That's true.
That is a true story.
We did.
I mean, I can get behind Nickelback. I'm
Get
the only
into
one-
it. Get
I'm
into
the only one in
story.
radio
Get
that
into
can
the
defend
story.
Nickelback.
He's
so
a big Nickelback guy, so
love me some Nickelback.
Honestly, I don't remember much of it.
This was almost pre-names. It was just before because we had a different singer, but we were starting to go in a different direction, more in the direction that we're in now, and the singer just wasn't fitting.
Well, that was more a Creed type.
Yeah, we were quickly going into the Creed territory,
Creed territory. I love it.
but this wasn't working out, so we parted ways. But we did open for Nickelback at the Ranch Bowl when their first record dropped. They just hit radio. They were just starting to blow up, and
Did you get to meet Chad?
we didn't care.
Yeah,
I remember
It's
not
one of those,
caring.
Like, I don't know if I like these guys.
Because we weren't into the
Was it
music
like-
then.
I hate to use the term, but you're like, it's cock rock, man. Like, I don't want to do this.
And it's kind of like hindsight. Maybe we should have stayed and hung out and actually fostered that relationship and got to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
could have
two
been?
days later, they're playing arenas.
It's like the worst businessmen in the world. Remember when we played with Jimmy World when they blew up? Yep. Remember we played with Dashboard when they blew up? Remember we played with Nickelback and then we were like, we don't want to meet these guys.
That
No,
was
I'm
my
messing with you, man.
experience. I don't know about anybody else. That was my experience if I didn't really
I mean, to be fair
care.
though, dude, back then, I mean, like everybody sounded like Nickelback. You know what I mean? Like there were so many bands that had that sound. I mean, there really was. They just blew up, dude.
Yeah.
This is how you remind me as a bop, and it still holds up today.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is if you remember the Ranch Bowl, like every other band, like sounded like that. There were
Yeah.
very few of them that got to the level that they're at, dude. There were. I'm not saying every band that played at the Ranch Bowl. I'm saying there was tons of bands that played there that sounded like that. They all had like that default sound, or they sounded like Fuel or Nickelback or
Yeah.
Creed, yeah.
Yeah.
They all had that same sound at that time, yeah. We called it butt rock.
butt
Yeah,
rock.
yeah,
I
yeah,
call it
that's
cock
what-
rock.
yeah.
Butt rock.
We only call it now divorced dad rock.
Well, if you listen to our podcast and you hear Stephanie call out Hinder to ask him what it's like to be dad rock. Oh, God.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Dang, dude, your guys, that's resumes. I mean, just those bands alone are nuts.
Yeah, you'd think we'd be bigger than we are.
Nah, I mean,
Well, we're the biggest band you've never heard
Yeah,
of.
right.
There you
we
go.
played with a lot of people.
We always say that all the time. We could bragging rights for days, but it doesn't mean anything, right? We're just having fun. Rock and roll band from Omaha.
I mean, like I've always been like a concert goer. So like I guarantee you I've seen you guys multiple times live. I guarantee it I have, dude. But like I know the name, obviously, names without numbers. And that's why when Dave hit it was like, oh yeah, my name is like, oh my God, dude, yeah, I know who you are. Of course I've heard of you guys.
Yeah.
But like I would think how bored were you during the break? I mean, if you were playing that many shows consistently and then you were like, I'm just done with these dudes for a little bit, how long was it you were just like, I'm ready to get back out there?
Well, if you have young children, there's never a break.
Well, I mean like a break
Right.
from like being on
Yeah,
stage.
but yes,
That's what
you're
I'm
right.
saying.
You do kind of yearn, and I did yearn to like, oh, I want to play in a group again.
Yeah.
Because that's like, it's not about necessarily the, I don't know. It's sort of who I am, and you know, you do because it's your passion, and you kind of miss it, right? So that's why I was like, hey, you know, we're playing in churches, right? Just I'm as a fill-in guitar player, and he was, you know, doing his thing at churches. We're like, we're still playing. Why don't we get back together and just?
So did you
do
actually
it
say, let's
full-time
get the
again?"
band back together?
Yeah. Yes.
Said it.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I mean, that was the
band
beauty,
back
though.
together.
Even though we stopped playing for so long, we didn't ever stop playing.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan and I were playing together, still just in other venues, other ways. I mean, I started playing with another band, doing other things. I mean, I started a heavy metal southern metal band for a while. I started touring, doing front of house for like a country bluegrass band. So I never really stopped. Names without numbers, just took a break. But I just kept going, doing things. It was fun.
But yeah, it's something that, I mean, I don't know. I'm always gonna miss it if I'm not doing it. So.
You were kind of like Omaha's version of Blink-182. You took everybody knows who you are. You took a little hiatus. You come back. Are you doing it for the money?
There's money. There is no money in
Well,
rock,
you have
rock and
opened
roll.
for Jimmy Eat World, Dashboard Confessional, Nickelback.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wish there was money in this. I do it more often than I'm doing now.
Yeah. I mean, as far as getting back together, I mean, I specifically remember that's kind of when Jimmy Eat World kind of came back. In 2016, they put out their Integrity Blues record. And I know for me personally, it kind of just sparked this, wow, like Jimmy Eat World came back on the scene. They put this record out. I thought it was really good. And that kind of just really sparked in me of, hey, let's try this again and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll be back after a quick break.
The Good Life Podcast with DT and Spicoli, proud to be partnered up with Scharf Painting. Over 16 years experience and family owned for 3. Put trusted hands on your interior and exterior painting needs. With summertime around the corner, have Scharf power wash your deck, stain your fence, and get 10% off. Now's the time to get outdoor ready. Scharf Painting. Reach out to them on Facebook for a bid. Scharf Painting LLC. That's SCHARFF Painting LLC. Or sharfpainting@gmail.com. You can also call 402-637-9342.
I mean, for me, it's kind of it's never really been about the money. It's like I said, my passion and sort of like
Yeah, absolutely.
A labor of
doing it-
love.
Yeah, doing it because it's music that I enjoy listening to, you know. And, if others like it, great. But that's kind of secondary to, you know, we do it because we are entertaining ourselves.
And now you're back. You're playing live.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
We're back at it. Well, the most recent thing that we have going on is we have a new EP. Record came out September the 27th. It's called We Create Reality. 5-song EP, recorded and produced by Josh Barber down in Kansas City. Just an amazing producer. He's done records with Norma Jean, The Devil Wears Prada, Hit the Lights, and just a whole slew of other.
So can
other
we hear
bands.
that
He
sound?
said hit the lights,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's
Body
is-
bag,
Is this
man.
the kind of sound
Good
that
Lord.
like you were going for, like those bands and stuff, like because that's
Well,
We wanted a harder edge because
Yeah.
we were doing a little bit more pop, pop punk, pop rock, and it didn't really sit well. Some of the albums that we did previous to this, I've always kind of been. I like the pretty vocals and melodies, but I want that edge to the
Yeah.
music.
Right.
You know, the guitar's got to cut. It's got to be pretty in your face, like, and be upbeat. And that's kind of what we have now, which is great. Like,
Yeah.
he nailed it with the sound we were going.
And Box 4 Kingdom's dope. If you, I'll send. Yeah, dude, you need
got
to
you.
listen to this. It's very good. I love it, man.
so
Yeah,
you
we
just
have.
released that this weekend, and then you have a show coming up on the 12th
October 11th.
or 11th.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Friday the 11th at the Reverb Lounge here in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll celebrate the release of our record. We'll have a whole new slew of merch with shirts and hoodies. Yeah, stoked about that.
You're gonna have hoodies.
That's right.
Perfect time.
I need one.
We all need
I need
hoodies.
one.
Yeah, it's
Fall
the
season.
I know.
Everyone
Perfect
can
timing.
come out and get a hoodie and help us pay.
And
for
what's
this
it look like? What colors? Is it white, black, red? What you got?
Well, black hoodie, black t-shirt, and then we got a t-shirt. I think they call it blush frost color. Basically, it's like a pinkish red shirt.
Okay. And it says names without numbers and has your logo.
And it has our logo and all kinds of just different artwork on the back. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
But they turned out really well. Relentless merch. Shout out to those guys. They do most of our merch and a lot of our merchandise designing as well.
How do I know that name? I don't
Based
know.
out of Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the band that they?
Some of the guys were in Salt Creek.
Does the Impulsive? Maybe the Impulsive uses them. I can't remember. It sounds really familiar for some reason.
They're
That's
legit.
dope, though, dude.
Yeah, if you're looking for T-shirts, they do.
Who else played with you guys on that show?
The release show coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tanner Simril. He's kind of an up and coming.
Yeah, I know Tanner.
A singer songwriter, young guy. And then Better in 11, which has been around for a super long time as well. They were kind of like our sidekick buddy band all throughout the early days. And now they don't really play too much anymore, but they play maybe like twice a year.
We share a drummer though.
No, do you?
That's a different story, yeah. But yeah, their drummer is now our drummer
Oh, okay.
as well.
You stole him.
And they're
The old sneak.
Yep.
and
Come
so
play
our,
with us, bro.
So our new drummer Nick was also our bass player back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. So he came back. He was sort of not doing anything musically.
So
So.
you can follow that. So he was our bass player, but now he's our drummer.
Multi-talented.
So
He is multi-talented.
yeah. So they're playing Kevin McClure. Really
Kevin's
good.
on it too?
Yep, Kevin McClure is playing. Kind of just pop rock. Good stuff.
He is
then us.
like, he's not like the Lumineers, but it's like that style, I guess. Kevin's really good.
Yeah, I've-
he was
I've
in
heard
the contest with Phil Good, them to open up for
Yeah,
Judah.
Yes, I learned.
Stylistically, he's a
Just learned
little
about
like the Judah and the Lion.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit.
I thought, I mean, yeah, his style I thought
John
was going to win
Foreman,
that. Yeah, I really did.
Switchfoot, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, Kevin's very good, dude.
So we're excited for the show. I think it's going to be good. I
That's a
always like
dope
putting
lineup.
together. I like putting together bills and lineups that aren't super typical, giving young kids a chance, giving up and coming bands a chance, but just really trying to diversify the show.
It's
And
diverse.
yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm
the
excited.
promoter guy comes out and you're like, oh, this will match well with that. That will mesh well.
Well, I got something in the works that I might give you guys something cool to do.
Oh man,
All right.
I got something in the works called the Good Life Festival.
Hey. Okay.
It's in the works. We might be
like
talking
it'd be-
here in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Sounds like
Love
it'd
it.
be right up
It'll
my-
probably
Yeah.
be one of the
right
coolest things you've ever done.
we're in.
Oh, they're already in. Dang.
Oh, I know Dave. When he gets the details, Dave's gonna be like, "Don't even need to ask, dude. I'm down." Once we get to
I've
the
also,
details.
I've also
sold.
been told we're playing a really cool show in January, so that's all I know about that.
I don't even know if we've announced that.
No,
dude.
No,
we haven't
we
announced.
I
it.
don't know if we have. I mean, it's not like it's a secret or anything, but I don't know if we've.
Yeah, we
announced
haven't.
it.
Yeah, I don't think we put that out there.
Nobody
yet.
We haven't
knows.
talked about the venue or anything, but
No.
that's gonna be a really cool show too.
I'm intrigued because I don't know anything about it.
He's like, what are we doing in January?
What's happening in January?
Dave knows about all the shows.
I just
Yeah.
tell them when to show up, and it works.
That's our relationship, really. Like every time you're asking like business questions or like logistical things, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you got this guy. You ask him. I don't.
I'm
know.
glad that Dave like keeps tabs on me, dude. Or I would. I'm
Yeah.
so bad, dude, because I'm like, yeah, let's do this, and then Dave like every week he's like, hey man, you had an update on this thing you told me about. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
He's very organized. He's our band dad.
Nah, thank God, dude. Yeah, I
Keeps us
mean,
all
yes.
in line.
I have like go through like emails so much, dude. And, like I'll get a text from Dave. I'm like, God, I forgot to hit him back out. Like, sorry, man. No, we did this. You know, we won't give all the details out, but January is going to be a bigger venue than we've ever done. And then the festival is by far the biggest venue we will probably
For
maybe
2025 ever. do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say ever do,
Yeah.
but this is
Just for 2025.
nuts. The way this is all developed within the last like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, this will be awesome.
And I told Spicoli about it, and this is gonna be Spicoli's biggest thing. Everyone listening's gonna have to wait to get the details, but I mean, it's gonna be the biggest local show to date.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Not
This is-
even like I mean, venue wise, capacity wise, everything.
Yeah,
Will
I'm
be the
interested.
biggest thing.
I don't even know what it is, and I'm in.
Yeah,
go.
it's gonna be sweet, dude.
Yeah,
So-
it'll be the place to be, and you know, the bands will be a lot of fun, and I think for those who come out, it'll be one of those that you'll never forget. So it'll be a pretty fun show.
so
That's amazing.
we're in your guys' corner too. We love names. I do for sure. So
We love you.
Spicoli's coming out.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
do-
be out.
I'm
We're gonna
doing-
be out next door the same night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So we're gonna
perfect.
come
We'll
out and
see
see
you
you
either
guys too. So we're gonna be floating back and forth all night.
Yeah, I'm hoping to pop over too, see all those bands. What the tail
Tail,
untold,
yeah, and Impulsive
impulsive,
and Arson.
Arson City. Oh man, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
That's-
it's a good night.
The same night we can go back and forth.
Right.
Hindsight, if I would have known, we should have just made like a deal to where like emo nights you can go back and forth.
I mean, why don't you just ask Dave if they can open the hallway? Oh, because you gotta
Well,
pay for the separate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
never
know
mind.
money wise how that would work. But
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Which people? How much is it to get into the show there? That's when
$10 advance, 15 at the door.
buy him advance, dude. That
yeah.
would
Where
be
do you?
dope.
Is it etix.com
You
or
can go, yep, you can go to eTix, get them online in advance, or you can just hit us up on social media, give us a shout, and I'll get you hooked up with some tickets, save you money on fees.
Yeah,
Is
dude,
it-
that's always the.
There's probably a
plus
link
side.
on our website, right, to buy them.
Yeah, there's links on the website, but otherwise, if you want to save a few bucks in fees, just hit us up.
Okay.
We'll get you taken care of.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
man.
live music, the scene right now, everything's jumping, dude. I just feel like I
It's
feel
back,
those vibes, dude. It feels stronger than it's ever been, and you guys are coming back with new music, and that's exciting.
Yeah, Omaha's always kind of been a sneaky good music town, like with Saddle Creek and all of those bands, and now.
Yeah, it's really exciting right now, I think, because there's a group of bands that are, in my opinion, good, which to me always makes it better when you like genuinely think a band is good at what they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a whole handful of bands just popping off right now that, and in my opinion, that are doing excellent things: live shows, music, feel good, public figure. You know, Alieska.
Shout out Alieska, boys.
Shout out
Shout
to
them
my
out.
boys.
Yeah. All of them, man. Public figure, feel good.
Yeah, first time I
Alieska.
saw Alieska, they opened up for us for a show, and they were recommended to me, and I was just like, wow. I'm like, these guys, like, they're good. They're legit. And just, again, been friends ever since.
And we might see him at your show.
Maybe. There might be a special appearance
Maybe.
from Sean.
Yeah, wink, wink.
No.
He just
No,
winked, wink.
No
though.
spilling the tea.
Wink, wink, elbow, nudge, nudge. You never know what's gonna happen.
And if you
That's-
can put 2 and 2 together and
I
you listen to
mean,
the whole podcast,
if you got
there might
one
be more than
brain
one
cell-
hint on what he might be doing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked, man.
Yeah, we're excited to get out there and have people hear the new material and play rock show.
So any like thoughts on like playing out of town anytime soon? I think we've talked about you were going up to where were you going? Like Minnesota?
So we're doing an EP release show in Kansas City the very next night. So October 12th
Oh, sweet. Where
in
at?
Kansas City at the Mini Bar.
Okay.
But then we don't have anything set in stone right now for traveling. We're hoping to be up in the Minneapolis area right around like the Valentine's Day. There's a festival up there called Big Turn Music Festival.
Okay.
And I think the band Dessa is one of the big headliners. And we're hoping to be on that. We should be hearing back about that festival pretty
Why don't
soon.
you just link up with all your homies? Jimmy Eat World,
Right.
Dashboard Confessional, Nickelback.
Do like a festival type of thing with all those bands.
Let's-
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's do
I
it.
love you, bro, but let's take the Nickelback out of there, and I'd go to the concert.
Yeah.
Jimmy World and Dashboard, names out numbers. I'm there. You put Nickelback in, I'm good.
Yeah, so hoping to be up in the Minneapolis, Red Wing, Minnesota area in February. Right now, we're reaching out, trying to set up some stuff in Nashville. We want to do a summer run. And yeah.
You want some country twang on it, huh?
Yeah, right.
Have you been in Nashville?
I haven't, no.
Dude, I'm telling you
But I
what.
feel like everybody we talk to is coming out of Nashville. These
Dude,
days.
when I was
Something
in Nashville, it is. When was the last time you were in Nashville?
it's been a while since I've actually hung out there.
I went there last year.
It is a different vibe, isn't it,
It's
dude?
pretty cool.
Like everybody
It's-
looks like a rock star.
Is it the new
like,
Vegas?
Yeah.
Dude,
I feel like it's the
it's
new
like
Vegas.
dude, it's like the new LA.
The new
That's
LA.
the best way I can say it.
There's
Yeah.
there's a reason why they don't call it the country music capital. It's the music capital.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's there's lots of different genres and
Yeah.
it's not just country.
Like in the airport, dude. Like the airport's pretty big, and like in every restaurant, like there's a live musician playing.
Yeah.
Like after the gates, not before the gates. Like after the gates, there's live musicians everywhere. Like Blake Shelton, I think, has a restaurant in the airport.
They're just trying to get discovered,
Oh,
right?
dude. I mean, you're just walking around. Everybody's a
Yeah.
Right.
musician.
Everybody
It's
in
nuts.
that town is a musician.
Yeah.
Or related to somebody in the music industry, right?
Yeah, I think Post Malone played when I was there at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're really hoping to lock in a Nashville area type show. We're friends with a lot of bands there and then just industry people as well. So we're stoked to get down there, play some shows. And-
Skirmy lives there.
Who?
Skirmont.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, he lives down there.
Yep.
Hit him up, dude.
Yeah. There's lots of people down there.
I mean, we could probably just go all day and tell each other who we know in Nashville, dude, honestly.
The Beachmont. You guys remember Beachmont? They were an Omaha band.
Yeah.
Like all those guys just moved to Nashville, and that's kind of like where they're based out of now.
Bro, I would love to.
Is it just like, is there a creative vibe down there? Or is it just where everybody,
I mean-
there's just something in the air in there right now.
If you
like-
think about our podcast, dude, I mean, we've had on, Letdown. Shout out. We'll plug that. I mean,
Yeah,
he's coming.
Letdown,
That's
for
where
sure.
Blake lives.
Right.
Jake from New Medicine lives there.
Elijah, who we had,
Elijah lives there. Under Oath. I think some of the guys. I think Aaron Gillespie lives there. I mean, most of our guests live in Nashville, dude.
yeah, and it's like they're all neighbors. Like we were connecting the pieces. Like, oh yeah, so and so lives like down the street.
Yeah, they all like know each other. And they're all like, oh yeah. So yeah, it's just you go there and it's like this is where it's just a melting pot of talent, dude.
Right.
Really. Let's all just go to Nashville.
Yeah, we should.
Or do we turn Omaha into that?
I think we
somehow?
tried to turn Omaha into that. Although I remember Jelly Roll's rant, like as he was stuck in traffic. Why the is everybody moving to Nashville? Get out of my city! I can't. I'm stuck in traffic, and this shouldn't be.
I'll piss everybody off. I mean, Jelly Roll's all right, dude. He's all right.
He's all right.
I like Jelly Roll.
He's all right.
love
Hey, I
Jelly
don't think
Roll.
I'm not saying he's suck. He's all right.
He does good things.
He's all right,
He
dude.
does-
Yeah, I mean, I mean, everyone's acting like he's like the new Elvis or something. He's all right.
Don't be hating on Jelly Roll like you hating on Nickelback.
I mean, I'm not the only one hating on Nickelback. It's not like I'm hating on him. It's not my style of music.
Yeah.
I'd rather put on some Jimmy Eat World or Newfound Glory or something, man. That's what I like, man.
It's true. I can get down with that.
For sure. That's what we need to do is get Newfound Glory to come back.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
Jordan's a good guy.
Jordan is dope.
Yeah. I mean, we love Omaha. It's a great city, I think, to play music in. It's also a great city to be based out of for even just touring and
Oh,
playing,
yeah.
playing shows because that was our whole thing. I mean, we have a song called 8 Hours from Omaha. And then literally it's about how you never have to go more than 8 hours from
Right.
Omaha.
Yeah,
That's
well,
a
part
cool
of it was like
Part of it's that. Yeah.
you also couldn't like we in doing the weekend warrior thing,
Yeah.
right? Which is what we all had jobs and responsibilities
Yeah.
and things. You can only go so far before it's like, okay, we need to figure out an exit plan and get back. You know, so like to make it worthwhile, like you can go 8 hours and then play a show or two, but then you're like, okay, well that's about it. We have to come back. So 8 hours was sort of our radius of where we could go. You know, back in.
But yeah, so many great towns within just a several hour drive to where, I mean, if you're a band, you can continually play
Have you guys played
the
Chicago?
circuit. We have not.
Yeah, we-
Surprisingly, we haven't.
to Chicago,
I've heard
yeah.
bad things about bands playing there.
Because that used to, I mean, like in the
That
early
is tough.
2000s, Chicago was like the spot to be. Do you know what I mean? Like that's when Fall Out
Yeah.
Boy and Audition and all them were rising up, dude.
Right.
I've luckily, and I mean, this isn't to like plug these dudes at all, but like I said, I announced yesterday I get to play guitar for Alieska on tour, and we get to play Chicago the second night. So that's like to
Nice.
me, it's always been
Yeah.
like I've never really like hung out in Chicago a ton or anything. but I've always known like that used to be like the emo, like pop punk place. Like
Yeah.
that's where the bands were coming from, dude. So I'm
Absolutely.
interested.
Well,
to
they
see
had
that.
a similar Ranch Bowl vibe out there. They had a place called the Fireside Bowl. It was the same thing. Like tons and tons of bands, emo bands,
Okay.
would play at this place called the Fireside Bowl, and it was a bowling alley and a venue.
You mean the
So-
Ranch Bowl wasn't the only one?
No,
There was other venues
wasn't.
like that?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Honestly, I really didn't.
So check it out, Fireside Bowl. Like every band you ever could think of the early 2000s is played there.
I wonder if they ever get that confused. Like, yeah, we played that one time at Ranch Bowl, but it was really Fireside Bowl somewhere in the Midwest.
Why don't you know what, man? Me and you should just invest in a bowling alley and call it the Good Life Bowl, and then we'll have a concert venue on it. And we're
Yes.
like, you ripped off Ranch Bowl. I'm like, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
we did.
And
Yeah,
we did it
we
on
did.
purpose.
Should have never left.
Yeah, we brought it back.
That's what we're doing.
God,
Well,
man.
2026 goals. Let's get through a few things.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're gonna see a lot of names without numbers on shows we throw in the future here. I have a feeling. I have a feeling you're gonna see it a lot.
I'm excited to see how this plays out. I'm excited to hear the new E EP.
They're super dope, dude. They're very
Yeah,
good.
we're really proud of it. We like the songs, we like the production, everything about it. Josh Barber really made it come to life for us and got it to sound probably the best in our heads. What we've wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, he made it that way, and it was so good working with him.
We
And,
were just talking to, before we did a podcast with Arson. We kind of talked about that exact same thing, how they're producing their own stuff now and how difficult it is to like let a producer just like kind of try to fill that sound for you. So, I mean, I can't even imagine just giving somebody like that creativeness and being like, this is what I want to sound like, and then just backing off and coming back. So you guys like actually found somebody who hit what you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he did great. I mean, the deal with him was producer and engineer. And so he actually came up. We practiced at my house. So he actually came to my house and like started to do like pre-production and produce our songs.
Like, he brought equipment with him? Or
Not
how-
equipment, but like the whole like arranging aspect
Okay.
of our songs. And we basically played them the EP that the songs that we were interested in recording, and he's sitting there with headphones on. He's like, do this, don't do that. Don't ever do that because that sucks.
How hard is that to hear, man? Like when someone says that to you, do you? I can see where people are like, you can't take it personal. But like to me, I would still like kind of take it personal, being like, I mean, does this guy really know what he's talking about? Do you know what I mean? Does it
But then
ever,
you
like,
look at the resume and you're
Yeah,
like,
you
all
know
right,
what I
I gotta
mean?
trust this
Yeah.
guy. Like, he's here for a reason. We hunted him down.
Before it's laid down on the final record, you have to be detached.
Yeah.
You can't get too hung up on it, and you can't listen to it too much on demos. They call it demoitis, where you have it on the demo and you're listening to the demo. You get attached to the way it sounds on the demo and the things that happen.
Right.
You can't do that too much because then you won't want to change it, right?
It makes sense, man. It would just drive me nuts. I guess that's the difference between me, who's not been in music for as long, just like making a song and someone just chopping it up to pieces and being like, "This is it." I'm like, "What did you do?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?"
Yep.
No, it works. Part of it's just trusting the process. And like you said, trusting this person that we've invited into our circle,
Right.
into our lives. And he's got the resume to prove it. He was already a fan of our band.
That probably helps
So
a ton. Then, yeah,
it wasn't coming into this blind, like we didn't know who each other were. Like he was already a fan. So like I knew he had our best interest in mind because he was a fan. He wanted this thing to sound awesome. And he knew what we wanted to sound like. And he got it there.
Yeah, but you do have to trust somebody.
I know,
Like,
dude.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
couldn't
like
even-
bringing a third writer in, like, because I would say me and Dave write most of the stuff, but then it's bringing in a third person then that can create in another color, of the crayon box to color with.
Yeah, I mean, we get it to the 80-85%, and then
Yeah.
he takes it the rest of the way to make it sometimes more marketable, more catchy,
Yep.
things like that.
But there were times in the studio where he's like, "No, you shouldn't do it like that," and I'm like, well, "I don't know."
like I've had people like offer me, they're like, "Dude, I will edit your podcast and like I'll do this to be part of the Good Life team for free and just do it. I can't like give up control of it." I'm like, no. 'Cause, like, I'm just like if you cut something I wanted or
Yeah.
didn't cut something that I want, like it would drive me. I guess we're talking apples and oranges, but still, that's what I'm saying. Like my creative mindset is like it's a closed door.
I just
for me,
realized
man.
that DT was a control freak, so I'm like, fine, you edit it all, you do it.
He was like, I'm just gonna show up and talk, dude. Just do whatever you want, man.
because I'm the same way too, like where it's hard to trust somebody, but you do like you can just grow so much, and I'm sure you guys grew like once you had him in there and he was helping
Yeah.
you. He probably opened your mind in new creative ways because he hears things that you guys didn't, and you guys probably taught him some things as well.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
it was
absolutely.
great.
And there's hills that I want to die on. You know, like
Yeah,
you choose your battles. Like I'm not gonna argue with everything that he says, and there are certain times where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you that one. But later on, I want one. I want one back.
Yep, you'll pick and choose your
Yeah.
battles. I mean, pick your poison.
Because
That's
there were a
right.
couple times where I'm like, this is a hill I am willing to die.
Right,
on. I
right.
want this to make the record.
Yeah,
So,
definitely a few things we hold close and hold on tight to. But yeah, the record turned out great. We love Good Life Records and Good Life Podcast. We love what
Thanks,
you guys
man.
are doing in Omaha. It's great. And I'm glad that we can all be friends.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to put him on the spot? Put him on the spot for something?
Do it.
This is something nobody knows about yet.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna release a Good Life Christmas album this year. You don't even know about this yet. Completely.
is the season.
Christmas is right around the corner.
If you
It's
guys
coming.
want to put together a Christmas song, and you guys can be on our Good Life Christmas album,
Color me intrigued. Yeah. Are there rules around this?
it's just got to be a Christmas song.
Okay.
Some kind of Christmas song. It doesn't have to be like a traditional.
Like an original?
Jingle Bells?
Is it an original
Could be an
or
original.
is it a classic?
So the thing I got the idea from was they did, you know, the punk goes like whatever.
Right.
They did
Yeah.
one like a Christmas album.
Oh, they did?
Mhm. And there's some covers, there's some originals. I was like, let's do a Good Life one. Let's get
Right.
let's get all the Omaha bands that are our homies. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to, yeah,
In.
Do it.
But yeah, it depends on how fast you want it. But yeah, we can
we'll figure something
Sometime
out.
by December, we'll get a date to you.
I think Christmas is on December 25th this year.
Yeah, I
I
think,
think
so.
so. Yeah.
Right?
Let me check. Yeah, it is.
Did it change? Yeah. No, probably. Honestly, like we'll probably release it like the day after Thanksgiving or something. Probably like Black Friday or that weekend or something.
Oh man, the pressure's on. That's like
It's like 2 months.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, we're
looking- we'll see
we're
what we can do.
interested.
they are
That's
interested.
what I'm saying. Like, stuff
We'll
like
see
that
what we
doesn't
can do.
happen. We have like stuff like that doesn't happen in Omaha where you get like a big collab CD of all the Omaha
Yeah.
artists
Yeah.
together. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of stuff we're trying to do.
We'll record it just on our phones, like a voice memo.
Yeah,
we'll send it
there
to
you
you.
go.
and then just say it has a lot of reverb.
Yeah.
that'll be it.
And then DT can edit it, produce it,
Stop.
put it all together.
Yeah.
Stop. No.
Just run it through your mastering software on GarageBand.
they make
It's cool.
AIs
Yeah,
for that
put
now.
it through some AI.
Yeah. See what happens.
Make this better.
If someone came to my house and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna mix and master this right now," and I open GarageBand, they'd be like, if they were smart, they'd be like, "I'm going home. This isn't what I mix and master on. This is what I
pass.
record on." God, man,
I
why
see
you
nothing wrong with
calling
that.
me out, man? What if people I think I got like GarageBand open on my phone right now, and they're like, "He's recording right through that."
You know? People can wonder.
I don't know, man. That dude from House of a Thousand Corpses yesterday was like, "Oh, like you're like a high tech podcast," and I was like, "What kind of podcast have you been doing?" High tech. He was like, "What's this machine?" I'm like, "I don't know. Joe Rogan had it, so I bought it." That's dope, man. No, seriously though, I'm stoked to come on Reverb and watch you guys, man. It's been a while. The band's opening for you. That's gonna be a really good show, dude.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're excited to do it.
And
Hope
how
to see
can
a lot of
people
people.
find you before the show? So once they hear this, where do they need to go?
Yeah, we're available everywhere you stream music, all the Spotifys and Apples, Amazons, YouTubes, Bandcamp. Sometimes is popping up in popularity.
MySpace. Are we still on MySpace?
We are probably still on MySpace.
I will add. Add your song to my profile. You can add songs to Instagram
Right.
profiles now. Do you know that?
Oh.
Like MySpace.
Are you guys
can
on
do it.
Instagram too?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, our official website, nameswithoutnumbers.com.
You guys have to be content creators now. Like back in the early
Well-
2s, it wasn't like that, right? Like
I
now
try.
Yeah, he does.
I try. I don't.
I'm a social media idiot, so I
I need.
don't do much.
I mean, I need to. Always, everybody needs to do more, but I try.
Yeah.
I try to teach myself how to do things, so I don't have to pay people to do it for me.
A jack of all trades in the band. That's what we've been learning.
Every Friday, I send
He's
these guys a text of like, I just learned how to do this. Check this out. And it's some like video that I made, for advertising or something. So
You got to be a really good T-shirt salesman and a content creator, and then you have to be a good musician.
Yeah, this-
that's the rules, dude.
this
Tertiary,
15
definitely.
this 15-second little clip I just posted on social media took me 7 hours.
Dude, right?
Oh man, right.
God, what has happened to the
But yeah,
world?
we're available everywhere online. Check us out. Hit us up. Listen to our music. If you need tickets, hit us up. We'll save you some money and fees.
And we'll promote it, man. Like I said, maybe we'll get a gaggle of people to just float with us between rooms at night. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
man.
that'd
That'd be awesome.
That'd be super fun. So
Yeah. I mean, Gaggle
A gaggle.
I just like that word. That sounds like fun.
Got to work that in that night.
The Good Life Gaggle. That's
Good
what's
Life
going to call
Gaggle.
that weekend. The Good Life Gaggle. Who
Start
wants
here,
to join it?
walk in there. Yeah, back and forth. The Good Life Gaggle. Love it.
Let's
Love to
do
see
it. We're coining that phrase, Good Life Gaggle.
Right.
You know what I tell Ali Eska when I have to yell at him because I
Tell me.
manage them? I'm giving them a good life lesson. Ask him. Ask Sean.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Listen, here comes a good life lesson, Sean. He's like, jeez, David.
I'll text him tonight. Yeah.
Dude, say David said he has to give you a good life lesson. He'll respond back. So.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, we will. We'll promote the show for you the whole time, man. We'll try to get people to come with us over there too. And yeah, man, people who haven't heard you yet. Let's get some new people in front of you. So
Yeah, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys having us.
heck
today.
yeah,
This-
man.
Yeah,
We appreciate
absolutely.
fun.
It was a lot of fun to kind of reminisce on some old things and get to know you and the new EP out and playing live. So it's all coming together. I'm really excited for it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Heck yeah, man.
All the way. We're gonna fly out and run it wild until the midnight hour.